The day has come, everybody. Or the time,
Is
his
now.
time is up. Our time is now. But John Cena is about to complete a 23-year wrestling career. Hall of Famer, all time great. And as he is about to have his final match on Saturday night's main event in Washington, D.C., this Saturday, December 13th, it's time to reflect on somebody who is a generational superstar. And we're going to ask the bold question right here, right now. Because many people believe it, many people don't, but we will we will make a productive conversation out of it. Is John Cena the greatest wrestler of all time? Let's talk about it for the next 30 minutes. And before we do that, I just want to remind you to like and subscribe to the Productive Conversations podcast on all podcast platforms and YouTube. Don't forget to check out exclusive content of the Productive Conversations podcast on all podcast platforms and YouTube. Check us out on Instagram at Productive Conversations Podcast, X at ProdCobblePod, TikTok at ProdCobblePod, Facebook at Productive Conversations, and of course, go to YouTube and type in Productive Conversations to see the entire channel and everything we have across all podcasted platforms and YouTube. And don't forget to check out our presenting sponsor, Magic Mind, the world's first productivity shot where you can do more and stress less. This amazing green tea shot has made an impact. Magic Mind has been a great partner for the last 2 years. So as we do one more Magic Mind show for you all and let you know where to go get your Magic Mind, magicmind.com/PCJune. Let's now save best. Let's save the best for last and have this great convo with two of my partners, two of my best friends, about one of my favorite people I grew up watching, Ryan and Jose. Hello, glad for you to join us about to discuss John Cena and decide once and for all if John Cena is the greatest of all time.
I mean, yeah, happy to be here. This could either be really long or really short. We'll see. We'll see how it
You know,
goes.
you already know this conversation can be a long one. Don't expect this bitch to be a half hour.
Well, we got limited time anyway, so we'll make the most of it. And let's do it right here, right now. Let's talk about John Cena. I just first want before anything, before I ask the big question. John Cena to me. Who is John Cena to me? Matt Brown. I first started watching wrestling in the 5th grade. I watch it periodically, like I've seen people, but I never actually sat down and watched Raw and SmackDown until 5th grade. And who was the first wrestler they talked about? This dude named John Cena, who looked like Eminem to me, who is my favorite rapper growing up and still is one of my favorite rappers. I guess The Rock was always my favorite wrestler. I'd see him around, but again, I never actually watched wrestling until then. I remember it was December 26, 2025, which was the first ever time I watched a wrestling show. And I happened to be there in Bridgeport, Connecticut at who knows what it was, whatever arena it is now. The arena at Harbor Yard, they called it. It was December 26, 2005. Shit, that's about to be 20 years ago. But
Yeah.
anyways, I was there. I didn't know the roster. I knew of the Undertaker and Kane. Undertaker wasn't there. They were getting ready for the they were getting ready for the New Year's Revolution pay-per-view. I remember seeing Cena out, and I was like, damn, that dude's awesome. I saw his Titantron video before YouTube. And they would literally, I could watch the Titantron again and again and again. I thought
Hmm.
this dude was the shit. And then the first time I saw him watch on this untelevised match, this is true, John Cena versus Kurt Angle, not knowing how damn privileged that was
Hmm.
at the
Hmm.
time. And I watched it and Cena won. I thought that was cool. Then 6 months later, with Ryan at the Milford Mall in
I
Milford,
know.
Connecticut, I met John Cena. I think I will put it on the our socials. I met John Cena. It was dope. And who would have thought 20 years later, still talking about him. Never turned on him. Always thought he's the man. And though I've had wrestlers I've liked more,
Sure.
I've
Yeah.
always had like John Cena's been right there. Like literally, it's Cena, then LeBron retiring, and that truly is it for the childhood. It is crazy and poetic that they're pretty much gonna retire at the same year, you'd think.
Yeah. Very possibly.
But yeah, John Cena's been great. I love the FU, the five knuckle shuffle turned to attitude, the five knuckle shuffle, then the FU and is now the attitude adjustment and all of that. And yeah, that's how I saw John Cena. Just as cool, larger than life. He taught me to rise above hate, hustle, loyalty, respect. I thought was the three coolest things ever. I had one of those shirts. I would kill. I don't know. I had one of my favorite shirts of my life was that bulldog
My brother had the
loyalty,
same one.
hustle loyalty in the back.
Hmm.
And damn, I'd do anything to find it. That's a hard shirt to find. Even it's not easy to find on Amazon or I don't know, maybe
Yeah.
it's in the shop now or whatever. But yeah, Cena's been there. I've always liked to reference him. There were definitely times I thought he was corny, a big cornball. But at the end of the day, bro is an influential person, whether you like him or not, and he will surely be missed. And yeah, I've always been a big Cena
He's
guy.
not dead. Where the fuck y'all
He's
I
see
want to
him?
see him
retired, yeah.
again. You know what I'm talking about,
He's
Jose.
gonna see the motherfucker again.
He's not
Yeah.
going to wrestle again, so his last match. That's what the point is. This last match is his last match. And I do believe he will stick to that. I don't believe that the Saudis can come in at the last moment and make him wrestle again or anything like that. I really do believe he's got enough of his own money and star power now that he wanted to do this retirement tour. He's not being forced to do this retirement tour, and he's gonna stay out of a wrestling ring, or at least out of a wrestling match, um, for the certainly for the foreseeable future, and I would say probably never actually wrestles again. But yeah, no, I mean, obviously, I was going to mention Milford Mall. Matt and I were together when that on that day with our families.
Yeah, Ryan, definitely want to see. Ryan, you tell us who is John Cena to you than Jose.
So what's interesting though is, and I mean, Matt will know this. John Cena, when I was a kid, was never my favorite professional wrestler. Um, which doesn't mean I didn't like him. I mean, I did, but he was never my favorite, right? He was the guy, like he was the top star, but possibly because of just how I view entertainment and how I view stories, even then, like I was a big fan of like Edge. I was a big fan of Booker T and King Booker, respectively. Same guy, just changed his name. Both those guys were huge rivals of John Cena at separate points in my childhood. I was even a big fan of RVD, which we'll probably talk about him and his iconic match with Cena. But I was never like a John Cena like guy. My brother was, and like Matt had the shirt, my brother had the shirts and stuff. But I do remember, and I actually wrote about this a while ago when he announced the retirement tour. I remember going to that like meet and greet, right? In Milford. It was him and Ashley Massaro, who
Rest in
the
peace.
yes, right, the late Ashley Massaro, who they were together, and we were like yeah, we were young kids, so we honestly we're definitely more into Cena. But and we went and he was super nice or whatever, and my I remember my mom was just kind of hanging watching us take a picture of John Cena, Polaroid, the whole nine yards, right? But there was this kid, and I believe he was right behind us, maybe right in front of us, doesn't really matter. He was close to us in line, and he was in a wheelchair. He looked like he had some sort of developmental um whatever. Like he looked like he had not fully developed. Right? And so when he came over, John Cena got up, went over to the kid, and he knelt down next to this kid's wheelchair and he started talking to him. It wasn't like he said anything out loud. We couldn't really hear what he was saying. But he went and he talked to him for a little bit longer than he talked to everybody else. Then he
Really?
took off
I don't
his.
remember this.
Oh yeah,
I
I
tell you, I
remember.
believe it's true, but
Yeah, he
I just
took
don't
off his
remember it.
wristband and he gave it to the kid. He put it on the kid's arm, and then they took a
No
picture.
cameras.
They did take a picture afterward.
Oh
Like
no,
they
I'm
paid
saying
the
like you
Polaroid.
know
Yeah.
how like celebrities help the public when
Oh
there's a
yeah, yeah. No,
camera
no, no, no,
there.
no. This was he got the picture that me and Matt got. Like this kid didn't get an extra thing. There wasn't like a
Yeah.
video camera.
No, I'm not saying like, all
Yeah.
right, WWE crew, look at this. All
Yeah, no,
right,
no,
like
nothing
that.
like that. Nothing like that. And I remember specifically, we got into the car, we left, or maybe it was that night. Doesn't really matter. I remember talking to my mom about meeting John Cena, 'cause she was obviously curious how we were, and she was like, I didn't really care about John Cena, or wrestling, and my mom's still doesn't care, but I remember her saying like that was really cool that he did that, and like she's got a fan in me too. And again, obviously
That's
not a
beautiful.
fan. Like she's not watching WrestleMania now because John Cena was nice to a kid. But like he just, without even trying, he just was effortlessly a perfect ambassador for an imperfect form of entertainment. And
Yeah.
as time has gone on, the entertainment has become more imperfect, and the people in charge of it have become, frankly, worse and worse as we learn more about them,
Oh,
right?
jeez.
But John Cena is, and I think forever will be, the best ambassador for professional wrestling that they've ever had. And I mean that. I'm not saying he's necessarily the most famous. I think he is, but we'll argue about that in a minute. But whether you believe he's the most famous wrestler or not, whether you believe he's the greatest wrestler, whatever you want to define that as, factually speaking, there is not another main star that company has had who is a better ambassador for their form of entertainment to a wider audience than John Cena. It's not possible. And I'll argue that till I'm blue in the face because there's no evidence to counter
All right, Jose. You
that.
tell us, who is John Cena to you?
Easy. The five move of doom. He's trash wrestler, and he's just overrated as hell.
I
That's it.
suppose so. Who? Hulk Hogan? He only needed three
Hulk
moves to
Hogan.
win.
Oh yeah, Hulk Hogan saved wrestling, where John Cena didn't do shit for
He didn't
wrestling.
save
Remember,
wrestling.
Hulk
I
Hogan
mean, he was there
saved
when they
Hulk
invented it.
Hogan. Hogan was there to save wrestling in the 80s.
He didn't
Where
save
was
wrestling. Vince saved wrestling.
no Hogan saved
Yes.
wrestling because Vince
The
No,
couldn't do it
begin
without
and
Hogan.
so it
hear my
begins.
hear my words.
Oh my
You
god.
know how I feel about Vincent Kennedy McMahon. You know I have
Yeah.
stopped watching the product because a man that he is working with is back at the company. I don't like Vince McMahon. I don't respect Vince McMahon. There is no way in hell to make the case that anyone not named Vince McMahon saved professional wrestling. He created modern professional wrestling. If he didn't do it,
Couldn't
the
do it without
best if
Hogan.
if he didn't do it, the best case scenario would be there'd be a
Couldn't
couple of YouTube channels of regional wrestling circuits that Jim Cornette was running. That would be the best case scenario for wrestling. Wrestling is what
couldn't
it is today because of one dude, and it's
nope.
not Hulk Hogan.
Impossible. That's a lie because you couldn't do it without the star power of Hogan. Period.
He had other stars that weren't Hulk Hogan.
Listen, you're going to have the main event was not going to be Tito Santana versus Tin Kong Monday at WrestleMania 1, all right?
No,
Tin
but it
Con
could have easily
Monday.
been Randy Savage. What are you
Right.
talking about?
Couldn't do that.
Yeah, you could have. He was right there.
Wasn't it supposed to be Dusty anyways?
Wasn't supposed to be Dusty, but it
Right.
could have
You
been
ever hear
Dusty,
that
by the way.
rumor? You ever
It
heard
could
that
have been
story? In all
Dusty. They could have
seriousness,
used Dusty.
like he
He
said,
was
it was either
popular.
gonna be Hogan or Dusty, and something happened where it wasn't him. Clearly, I'm not
Yeah,
joking.
yeah,
Like,
no, but it
literally
could have been
Google it.
Dusty. They could have taken out their checkbook and tried to entice Flair to come over earlier. There's plenty of
Oh,
ways they
through
could
a
have.
painful nostalgia finding this Cena pic deep in my Instagram.
There's plenty of reasons, or there's plenty of ways that wrestling and WrestleMania and like that whole nine yards could have gone. And Hulk Hogan was the star of that era. There's no arguing that, and I wouldn't argue it because it's true. And he obviously, as the star, did a lot because he's the guy. He was the main character of wrestling. And by the way, wrestling has never been better than when there was a main character of wrestling. And they've never fixed it. And I will say that as much as I love Cody, because of the era that we're in now, when we had such a long time where WWE believed that WWE was the main character of wrestling and not one person, that's not how stories work. And so it's not worked, and now they've tried to go back, but they also can't completely put the genie back in the bottle because they have so much content and they have such a big roster. But the reality is WWE is always at its best when it has a main character. Hulk Hogan was that guy. Obviously, Steve Austin was that guy. John Cena was that guy, and then in between them, you had Brett and Shawn and whoever else. But the point that I'm making about Hogan though is that he could have been replaced. He was a performer. They wrote the show around him because he was the guy. But they chose that guy in a back room, and it had nothing to do with him. It was Vince who chose that guy and then wrote the show and built the company around him. And that's not to say Cena did it any differently. Cena was the same way. Vince picked Cena, and Cena became the guy, and they wrote the show around that guy. They did the same thing. I'm not critiquing them in the ring in any particular way. My point is, outside of the ring, consistently, John Cena has been a better ambassador for this form of entertainment than anyone else ever. Like Hulk Hogan was not this good at talking to literally everybody. You could send John Cena to a corporate event. You could send John Cena to meet kids. You could send John Cena to meet, a fan festival. You can send John Cena literally anywhere, and it will work out. We saw what happened when Hulk Hogan went on late night and like went on interviews. They got sued multiple times when the wrestlers went out and like did regular interviews. And that is
Yeah, what do you have
literally
to say about that, Jose?
Listen, everything Ryan just said is full of shit. So here's the point. Problem is, Ryan, A,
yeah.
Vince McMahon couldn't do it without Hogan,
He could
period.
do it with
They both,
somebody.
no,
Yes.
he
Dude, I
couldn't
post
even
this
do
was
it
one of
with
my I
Dusty. He couldn't even do it with Dusty. One, he wanted Dusty. When he realized Dusty couldn't sell the garden, they got rid of him.
Yeah.
Two,
Fine. So it wasn't
okay,
Dusty. That's not,
so
but
they
that's
couldn't
still
do
not
it,
the
but one
point.
man. McMahon, McMahon and Hogan needed each other. They both is yin and yang. They both needed this
No,
to work.
Is
Two,
McMahon gonna be
wrestling.
there on Saturday night?
Yes,
probably.
we already know that. So
Oh,
then
did they
three,
confirm? Did they?
no, everybody knows he's
No,
gonna
but
be in the
he's got to be there. Yeah.
backstage. Yeah, they,
Everybody's gonna be
fucking,
scared.
fucking
No.
John Cena. John Cena was at that fucking Vince McMahon 80th birthday, pooping on girls all day. Didn't give two shits.
Right. No.
So
He's coming to yeah, he's definitely coming to the
So
last
I
show.
want to share you. I found the picture, one of my first Instagram pics. And I definitely, this is me meeting John Cena. Ryan, I'm sorry, I don't. You must be somewhere else, but this is me.
Whoever that is, that's either me or my brother next to I believe that's John, our friend John. But
Ooh,
you
wait.
see the short kid right there.
This one's Brendan.
That's
I
Brendan.
remember this
Okay.
shirt. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm in
if
there
I could
somewhere.
just get an AI to get that, no offense to John, but that'd be literally this is literally a perfect pick. I need to get that him removed. Nothing against him. It's just, you
But
know.
yeah, there's someone in the
Well,
way of
there's
your pick
me
for
with
John
the
Cena. That's Matt,
sixth
and there's
grade
John.
haircut. This would be June 06.
There you go.
He's so looks the same a little bit too, Cena.
And he's older now, but yeah, he does look the same.
Yeah,
Um,
but I do want to take this into the main direction we're going to. In fact, actually, you know what? Before I ask the big question, one thing that has been getting us excited, that has get us to rise above hate and stay more focused, is Magic Mind.
that's right.
Magic Mind, the world's first the world, excuse me, Magic Mind. This episode has been brought to you by Magic Mind, the world's first productivity shop that you can do more and stress less. If you're like me, juggling a million things at once from work, podcast, content, and life, sometimes coffee isn't enough. That's where Magic Mind comes in. It's packed with matcha, adaptogens, nootropics, and all natural ingredients that keep you focused, calm, and in the zone without the crash. I've been using it myself, and it's been a total game changer for staying sharp, especially on long days. I take my Magic Mind shot in the morning before I go to the gym. And then before I know it, my workout is even more productive than I think it could be. I'm more focused throughout the day. I'm not that anxious. I'm just doing my thing and in the zone, and I feel really good about it. And I highly recommend people use it. It will enhance their life, and it really will make a difference, and you will see it almost immediately. So I really suggest you taking it with our promo code that we will share shortly. That's also available on the episode description. But I also just want to hear, Ryan, do you feel the same way I do?
A fine speech, young man. No, I'm not going to go into a Cena promo, but yes, I do feel the same way that you feel about Magic Mind. We've had an awesome partnership with Magic Mind. We've both used the products. We've both used multiple versions of the products. That includes, of course, like Matt was saying, the traditional Magic Mind green green tea shot with the matcha that helps you stay focused, and that really does work. I'm a big fan of the sleep aid for someone like me who's used melatonin to try and sleep in the past and has found it doesn't always get it done. I can say with certainty that using the Magic Mind sleep aid with regularity, same as, using the morning one, will help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and then wake up not feeling like you're exhausted, which let's be honest, most people don't sleep. Most people don't sleep well. It's a chronic problem. It's a societal problem. You don't want to be a part of the problem. You want to be part of the solution, and the solution to that is Magic Mind.
So go to magicmind.com/PCJune for 48% off your first subscription or 20% of your first one-time purchase. That is magicmind.com/PCJune for 48% off your first subscription or 20% of your first one-time purchase. Check out the same effects that me and Ryan have been experiencing. Have the same positive results we've been doing too. And make sure you get to do it by the end of the year. December 31st is when this deal
Yes.
will be complete. So use this for yourself, use it as a holiday gift,
Hmm.
and everybody involved and everybody who takes it will see a positive change in their life. MagicMind.com. Sorry, Magic Mind. Reclaim your brain.
That's right.
All right, let me ask the bold question right here, right now.
Hmm.
We've had announcers say it all year long. There's people all over the world who says this. So let me
Hmm.
ask the big question right now. Is John Cena the greatest of all time? Yes or no?
I mean,
Explain.
so my answer is yes, with the full knowledge that people will absolutely explain whatever their answer is differently. To me, wrestling is wrestling is like it's almost like a stage performance, right? I mean, it is a stage performance. It's just on a ring instead of in a stage. And so to be the best, you have to be a couple of different things. Obviously, you have to be successful. And that means receive, a lot of leading roles, have good reviews. Both of those things John Cena has done it over the 23 careers. Obviously, 17 is the most world championships anyone has ever had. You don't you don't get to be that way unless the company knows that you're a good wrestler with a good drawing power, et cetera, et cetera. But you also have to one be able to fill the theater, or in this case, arena. That's they're not going to cast you in a main role if they don't think that anyone's going to come see you be in that main role. That's the same of television. That's the same of movies. It's the same of live theater, of concerts and festivals. The headliner is someone they think is going to move tickets, or at the bare minimum, keep interest so they can try and move tickets elsewhere. And Cena just does that. You also have to be able to be the spokesperson. You're the face. So, he said he was the face that runs the place. That was his thing for a long time. And it's true. He's the face. He's the guy that people look at and say, okay, WWE. That's hard to do. You have to speak for a multi-billion-dollar company. And he does it well. And he does it well, whether it's the Kids' Choice Award, the ESPYs, like late night, uh, a podcast with like Howard Stern. Like he can do that anywhere. And that's not something that everyone else can do. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know anyone else who can do that right now. I think Cody is the closest they've come in a long, long time of having that guy, but he's still not Cena. And before Cena, they didn't have that guy either. Again, the closest they had to Cena was The Rock. But Steve Austin was never that guy. Hulk Hogan was never that guy. Ric Flair, not that guy, right? Like you can name all these people that you would put in your best ever category, and none of them are that guy. So to me, when you have to mix it all together, are people invested? Do they have the accolades and the reviews to back up being in their spot? And are they a good ambassador for their show? And the answer is yes, unequivocally, for John Cena on all three counts. So that's why, to me, I think he is a really strong case to truly, actually, like, obviously, right now it's a marketing gimmick, but I really do think he might be the best of all time.
Do do
Jesus
do
Christ.
do. Do 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 do.
Matt,
Sing it.
Matt, who do you think is the best before? Because I'm gonna bomb it if you say John Cena one more time.
I don't think John Cena is the greatest of all time, but
Thank you.
he's pretty damn awesome.
Who is that?
Who is the greatest wrestler of all time?
Yeah, you know, if you don't say Cena, I'm gonna ask you who it is. Jose as well. So
Well, that's fine.
The best of all time in terms of skill set, aura, star power, look, quality matches. And though he did it in the shortest amount of time,
Austin.
Roman Reigns is the best of all time.
whoa, I was not
I
expecting
really
that.
mean that. I really
Whoa.
mean that.
Whoa.
Only in like a 4-year period, even as a heel, bro was appointment television. Bro has created memes that are you pay attention to.
Yeah.
And if Joe Anoa'i can figure out how to get rid of the wrestling gimmick, that dude really could be a late in his career Hollywood star. I really think he has it in him. And this is 2020 on, by the way. The pre-2020, no. But I genuinely think Roman Reigns is that guy. And even
So
this
it's
is maybe another podcast to really describe that, but that's what I think. And the
so
only thing, if he just did what Cena did in terms of the flexibility going to Soma and being an ambassador to everyone, I think that might be a little more clear because, well, he can't. He's a bad guy in his best time. But
yeah.
even in this time where Cody is the number one, people want to see Roman. They
So I
even
was
all
gonna
he has to do
say.
is walk in a straight line and people go nuts.
So I was gonna say. My thing, like I said, was wrestling is always at its best when it's got a main character, one person. That is wrestling. And to Roman's credit, while we typically view that person in, the model of Cena, Hogan, Austin, as the good guy, right? Like the hero that the story is based around.
Yeah.
And that's typically where it's been, and that's been that way in other promotions. That's not just WWE centric either. Every promotion, for the most part, builds their eras around these faces. Roman did, after a long period of, nah, the brand is strong enough to sell out WrestleMania. The brand is strong enough to do this. The brand is strong enough to do that. We can have Sheamus versus The Miz as the main event, and it's
Oh
fine. And no offense to either one of them, I like both of those wrestlers, but like
he's a
obviously neither one of them is John Cena, right? Um, Roman Reigns did give the WWE a main character. It was a heel, and that was super different. And it does mean you can't, like I said, you can't be that ambassador, which is why I think it's like in that step below, because he can't do that last part for the sport, whereas like Cena was able to because he was a face the whole time. But to me, you're right, Matt. Like if you're being honest, there was the first time they got back to the one guy's the main character of WWE and
Mhm.
everybody is in his orbit to some degree was Roman Reigns, and it factually worked. It worked better than anything since Cena. It worked better than anything since John Cena. So,
Yeah, almost anti-hero experiment kind
right.
of worked.
And now again, now they have a traditional hero in that role, and we'll see how it goes. It's still somewhat
Mhm.
early, but that's you're right. He was the main character. It's
And
just when
bro,
you're a heel, you can't do that. Whereas Cena could do that last step of like going out and talking to the kids and going out and doing those things.
yeah, and
Uh,
Roman's great in the ring too. I mean, bro's really good at establishing emotion, and he could be really fucking funny. Like way
hey, he is
funnier
funny.
than I think The Rock's the funniest wrestler of all
Do you
time,
think?
but Roman has some one-liners, some
Roman's
his
funny. I mean,
attitude and his
Roman is
Why?
funny. Cena is funny. Like they're funny guys.
right
Why do you think Roman Reigns don't meet fans? Is because he's a bad guy? Is
because
that
he's
what's
got
up?
I have
aura.
no idea why doesn't
Because he
meet
doesn't
fans.
I
care.
don't. I mean, I can tell you why, but
I mean, if you know, sure, tell us.
yeah, he has leukemia,
Okay.
so he can't be around people. He has a weak immune system. That's why he fights a certain amount. He only fights a certain amount. Can't be around certain people.
I don't know that
ask
that's
you.
a confirmed true thing, but okay.
Go ahead, look it up. I mean, look it up.
Well, I
He
mean, I
is
know
one
he
of
has.
Well, we
I
can't
know he
have
has
two. As much as
leukemia.
we'd love to talk about Roman, this
Yeah.
is a
No. Yeah.
Cena-centric podcast.
well,
But
Yes.
I
I'm
hear
just
that
saying.
too, and that
Point
adds to his
is,
aura too, because I think
sure,
less is more in anything when establishing a big
Right.
star. So
sure, but
Roman's, I think, going to be looked at fondly as the years go by.
absolutely
By the way,
couldn't disagree because it's true. I do think that the best of all time has to be an ambassador, and that's Cena.
Yeah.
listen, at the end of the day, Cena's not the best wrestler. Cena's not the best draw. Cena's not the best, has the best charisma. Cena doesn't have any of that. But for some reason, he's not the best of any of that. You have him the best of all time.
That's right. So who's
Yeah,
the best of all?
fucking
Who's the best of all time?
good question. I wouldn't say Cena just
We know
because Cena.
that. Yeah.
Well, Cena is not it because he's also was the face when WWE was at its lowest. So
Like I said, who's the? That's the thing. You can sit here and say he's not the best at this, he's not the best at that. You might be right. I won't sit here and say that John Cena is the best at any one particular thing. But the best of all time is not the guy who's the best at one thing.
You
There's
know what
plenty of
John? You know what
guys.
John Cena's the best at?
What?
he's a people
Decision
person.
making. Yeah.
Decision making.
Like this, I've never seen. So he is the very best interviewer in terms of, well, saying something without saying anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everything
yeah.
he says is true.
Yes, he's a
Bro
class
is
A politicker as well.
You know,
Bro is
he-
great. I thought
you,
Jeter was on that list, but Mario Cena's even better than
you
him.
know who agree with me that Cena is not the best of all time. The
Kent
whole
Money.
play everybody in Taiwan.
Oh,
Everybody in Taiwan right now will agree
he
with me.
supported Taiwan and then he got in trouble.
Yeah, he got in trouble. So everybody in Taiwan that felt disrespected
China.
are on my side.
But anyway,
that's a lot of people on my side.
that's a lot of people. I'll give you that. No, like I said, you could sit there and say, "Oh, well, actually, this guy has the better star rating from Meltzer." Sure, that's probably true. But to be the best, you can't just be the best at one thing. You have to be the best professional wrestler is the person who's consistently good or better than everybody else at everything all the time. It has to be everything. It's not, well, this person's the best as long as you're only talking about the mic, or oh, this person's the best once the bell rings. That's bullshit. Once the bell rings, you've already missed half the show. There's before the bell rings, during the match, and
Wrestling's
after
the worst
bell.
part of wrestling.
It's not the worst part. That's not true. I love the wrestling part of wrestling.
I only like the entrances and the last 5 minutes of the match.
No, I love
And
the
promos.
in ring. I love the in ring, but but to the point that you're making, Matt, like wrestling is one part of wrestling. To be a good wrestler, you have to be good at a lot of things on the show. You have to be good at a lot of things backstage. You have to be good at a lot of things elsewhere, other shows, whatever. And that's why I'm like, name the person. Like Matt, to his credit, named a person. We have a disagreement on one aspect of that, but Matt made a strong case saying Roman is good in the ring. Roman does have good aura. Roman did do good promos. Roman does draw. Like those are all true statements, right? So you can make the case like, yeah, Roman Reigns is better than most people, if not all people, at most everything that a wrestler has to do. So that's why I say, if it's not John Cena, who? Who is the best overall? Who can do the most things better than everybody else consistently?
Austin.
Steve Austin.
Mm-hmm.
If only Bret
And
Hart
why?
could do a good promo.
This is like
Steve Austin only used like 3 moves too. I mean, I know he's a better wrestler than that, but he only used 3 moves.
Steve Austin was a better wrestler, and you got better matches. You can't give me
No, Steve
John
Austin
Cena
is a
classic.
better wrestler than John Cena. I don't deny that.
better
But
wrestler, better
he only
promo.
used 3 moves, so the matches were not better.
Yes, more 5-star classics than John Cena.
The ringmaster Steve Austin is a better technical wrestler than John Cena. But the fact that Dave Meltzer decided that Steve Austin doing 16 stunners on The Rock and Linda McMahon was worthy of 5 stars is really not my problem. He was absolutely a 3 moves of doom kind of guy. He would stomp a mud hole, Fez press, obviously the stunner. He would throw out 160 of those a match. Flip the bird.
What you don't realize is that he pulled ratings where John Cena couldn't.
John
He
Cena
brought
did pull
money.
ratings.
Come on, compared to
He
fucking
did. He
Austin.
did.
Are you really kidding?
They
Austin
sold more
over.
tickets. They physically
know what
sold more
my
tickets.
my favorite
You're
Jose
crazy.
Ryan
Austin,
buttle has been Jose's just like it's not a strong emotion one. He's just like you just hear that small breath and then go. I just want to say that.
But no, it's
yeah, this
serious.
is
Like
because
they sold more tickets. They sold more
it-
tickets while Cena was the top guy than while Austin was the top guy. Period.
okay. That's again bullshit.
No, it's
One,
not. That's a
two,
fact. You can look it up.
bullshit. Two is
The
this.
arenas were three
Yeah,
times the size when
yeah,
Cena was
but
the top guy.
it wasn't because of Cena.
Why
The overall
wasn't
fact,
that? Why was it?
nigga,
Why did
homie,
they fill a stadium twice the size of
homie,
stadiums Austin had ever seen when Cena was there?
listen,
Why didn't they do that when Austin was there?
last time I checked, they're not begging Cena to fight one more time. Not like
Yes,
how
they
they're
are.
asking
We're
for
talking about that right
10,
now.
10 times. They're
Oh my
begging. They're
God.
begging every year for Austin to come back. Why? Because he was just goddamn better, and he hasn't been wrestling for almost 20 fucking years.
We quite literally made an entire show around some guy fighting John Cena. That's the
Because,
entirety of the match. It's just Gunther's gonna face John Cena. That's the whole stipulation.
no, you do also have a bunch of NXT wrestlers on that show,
No,
up
you
and
got
coming.
3 NXT wrestlers
Listen,
on that
That
show
is
here's the
because
point. Money,
it is literally a 4 match card because Triple H doesn't know how to book a wrestling show anymore.
I
But
would do
that's not the
anything
point.
if they found out because you could do ratings by time. I just want to see that arrow.
The
Just,
rating drop from
yeah,
Cena's match to
yeah.
Cody versus Obafemi.
I
No,
would do anything to get that info. You know, someone's gonna go hard to find that.
oh yeah. The point that I'm making though is if you
What
look
a
at business
dumbass
metrics,
decision. I hate this shit.
if you look at business metrics, you're going to lose. And that's not because anyone's better or worse, by the way. It's
Austin's the
because
reason why
everything.
WWE went
Okay,
public.
hold on. It's because the metrics are always going to favor the newer guys because they are making more money now because things are more expensive now. They've got these multinational deals. They've got multiple different streaming partners who are paying them. They will all you could if you look at the dollars and cents and try and make a case for the attitude era loses every single time. So you can't make that. You can't use the revenue, you can't use all that. What you have to look at, you could look at maybe pay-per-view buys, but honestly, with the pay-per-view model gone in streaming era, that doesn't really work anymore. So really what you have to look at is the show. Watch an episode of Raw
Ryan,
where Cena was the main guy. Watch an episode of Raw where Austin was the main guy. And which one would you rather watch today?
you also realize you can just take the inflation number and times that to when Austin was there, and you still get the same number, which will
No,
show you
because the
Austin
inflation number.
focusing.
No, the inflation number is only a part of this process. You're going to take the inflation number on the revenue from the gate, sure, but there's no amount.
The
There is
ratings.
no amount of tickets that Austin could have moved to make up for the fact that every Monday night they get paid by Netflix. Netflix has paid them
You
an
still
obscene
get
amount of
gauge
money
money.
for every Monday night. So you have to take the Netflix
Here's the
deal and
problem.
add it
Here,
to every single Monday night.
let's
There's
get
no way
so
you're setting up the Attitude
let's
Era
get
to
this right.
fail.
Let's get this right. I'm talking about Cena on. See, Ryan, you're not that
That's what we're
fucking
talking
good.
about.
No, you're not fucking good at all. We're talking about Cena at his prime versus Austin in his prime. Pull the numbers. No way do they match. Anyway, so when Austin, it was a sellout crowd. You can't even fill half the fucking crowd for fucking Raw. And I'm
Cena
not even talking
quite
about that.
literally filled the same pay-per-view arenas that Austin filled for Raw. He filled
Mhm.
out entire
Homie,
stadiums for
the
like
Monday night,
WrestleMania.
let's get two things right about Austin era
That's
versus Raw was
literally,
sold
there's
out
no way
in
to make the
minutes.
argument, Jose. More people
Raw,
could fit
hold
in the
on.
building.
Raw was sold out in
I
seconds.
understand that, but like I
Okay, so
said to you, when
let's get that
Cena
right.
won the WWE Championship and
Nobody
moved to
gave a
Raw from
shit.
SmackDown, they were absolutely still selling out Monday Night Raw, but the difference was the Raws were in the buildings that Austin used to sell out for pay-per-views. Cena was there when they went from arena shows to stadium shows. He was the top guy when they went from arenas to stadiums. Stadiums are bigger than arenas. There's no way around it.
So who was
They
it
fit more
for
people. So when you sell out an arena, that's
and
incredible.
why?
When you sell out a stadium, that's more than an
And
arena.
why? Why? Because they were riding on fucking Austin's
Well,
coattail. When they're
but at that
pulling
point, you can sit there and say, well, Austin was riding on Hogan. No. Obviously, you can always say that the best
Hold on.
person was
See,
only
see
gifted
that.
their
See,
spot
this is
by the
why
person who built the
you're wrong.
ground before them.
Here. This is why you're wrong already, and this is why you're obviously not a wrestling
No, you're going to
person like
tell me
me.
that the business was in a downturn because
No,
Hogan
because
left
the
and went
new
to
generation,
WCW, and the new
the new
generation, that was
generation.
Brett, that
Thank
was Mike. I know
you.
all about
Thank you.
this.
So it didn't go. It didn't go to Hogan. Hogan shit the bed and left him hanging right
I'm
after
aware
that.
of that. But my point is,
Okay,
you
so
can
you didn't ride
always
Hogan.
point. Okay, let's use that. Let's use that. So that means Hulk Hogan might be the worst wrestler of all time. Because right after he left, hold up, right
you're
after
right.
he left, you now remember a minute ago you defended him as one of the best of all time. Right
You're
after
right.
he left, they had their worst period, and everybody knows that
So continue.
the period that you're in
Thank you.
is only related to the person who was before you. So Hulk Hogan and Hulkamania, that wasn't Hogan. That was the territory system. The territories, the children longed for the territories. But the new generation had the Hogan leading into it, and that's why they sucked. But the new generation was incredible, which is why the Attitude Era was good. And then that means Cena was even better because the Attitude Era was also good. So there we go. We fixed the whole thing. It turns out that it was the territories. The territories were the best form of pro wrestling.
Thank you to Ryan. Thank you
because it led to Hulkamania.
Thank you to Ryan for helping me out on my Hogan case. This nigga left WWE, went to WCW, and made shit that kicked the shit out of WWE's ass.
You just said to me that the company was riding on the coattails of the Attitude Era.
The funny thing, John Cena couldn't go to TNA and pull that bullshit, but
TNA
Hogan did.
was not a competitor. That's anyway.
WCW wasn't a competitor.
WCW had more money than God. Ted Turner has never had less money than Vince McMahon. No, listen to me. Ted Turner has never had less money than Vince McMahon.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yes, it does.
They were buying, and they were still pulling shit numbers when they were buying everybody. They were still buying
because they didn't know how to book a show.
The minute they got, exactly. Thank you.
But TNA didn't even have the option to get a star.
It's still
because they had no money. My point was,
couldn't do that.
Listen for the listeners, because we're running out of time here. For the listeners, remember, Jose said that Cena's era was good only because Austin's era was good, which of course means that Austin's era was good only because the era right before it was good. But that era was bad, as we know. And so that era must have been bad because WrestleMania era was bad.
That's what
Jose said.
Real quick. I'll end it right here.
And then we'll switch to another thing.
Matt, let me ask you a question. This WrestleMania, what was the most shittiest match in WrestleMania?
John Cena versus Cody Rhodes and Travis Scott.
Yeah, go fuck off. Yeah, fuck John Cena.
What was the best match of SummerSlam by a mile?
John Cena and Cody Rhodes.
Okay, thank you. Fuck off, as you would say.
No, who fuck off in the say? You have WrestleMania, the granddaddy of them all, the biggest match of your career, and you shit the bed, and that's why the storyline.
Biggest match of your career? Did you say that with a straight face?
Yep, because
the biggest match of his career.
This is. Let's get this right. This
He's John Cena
career. Think of it as this. If you look at the pattern of all his matches, it's to prove a point in every match. All this year is to prove a point. Everything he did, the Thugonomics thing was Punk, do that thing, seeing AJ Styles, everything was going back, and he was trying to prove a point. They was trying to do 5-star matches or get the 5-star. He could do it with anybody, and he shit the bed in the biggest show of them all. Period. And of course, and that's where that led to that stupid storyline where it just flipped for no fucking reason. He sucked. So no one give me the greatest fucking wrestler in the world when he had the biggest opportunity to be the biggest heel and make a dent into this year, and he shit the bed. Period.
I'm just glad that we have Jose here to explain to us the psychology of John Cena without ever having met the poor man. Everything you just said was speculation. Oh, he only wanted to do it for.
I met John Cena.
He only wanted to do it to be. I met John Cena too. We only wanted to do it for what's it called? To prove everybody. No, fuck off. You have no way of knowing that that's what he wanted to do. What he wanted to do was say goodbye to the wrestling fans, and he got fucking dicked, by the way, by one of the worst booking decisions of all time, which is becoming a trend.
Which he agreed
to. The TKO era.
He agreed to it.
And then he's coming out on multiple pods saying it now because he has nothing to lose.
Well, my point is that listen to Jose if you want to hear a fan fiction version of John Cena. Watch the television to see the real John Cena. He's had 23 years of work. That speaks volumes.
Yeah,
Let me ask
23
you.
years of shitty matches. Go ahead,
Yeah.
watch
I was
them.
gonna
Let me
ask
know how
the
they go.
vibe of the matches most of all. What Cena matches would you say are the go-to to watch? Is there a lot of Cena matches? Because that's my thing with Roman. I could watch a lot of Roman matches that
Oh,
are entertaining
absolutely.
as hell. What are the Cena matches?
Any of them where the wrestler and he fights can wrestle. AJ Styles, CM Punk. Any of them is golden because they can wrestle.
That's such a fucking lame answer.
But that's
You're
the
you're like
truth.
these fucking nerds on the
It's the
internet,
truth.
like the fucking virgins all over my Twitter
It's the
timeline.
truth.
That's what it
It's
really
the
is.
truth.
That's beneath you, Jose. Frankly,
Okay. Give me a match with I would CM Punk and AJ Styles. Go ahead.
anything with Shawn Michaels, just anything he did with Shawn Michaels.
Even great. Shawn Michaels that can wrestle. You proved my point
Wait, but
again.
that's what I'm saying.
Continue.
But no, that's
You
what I'm saying.
fucking idiot.
I can name
He's
any
Cena
wrestler.
himself. You
I
can't
can
say
name.
Tim or
You
Seth.
just named Shawn Michaels probably the one considered the greatest wrestler of all
Oh,
time.
Shawn
Period.
Michaels is my favorite wrestler of all time. That's not the point. My point
Great.
that I'm making to you
You're
is
obviously
anything I say, you can just say,
you know
"Oh,
what
it's the other person." If
you
I
know
pick the
no.
Great Khali, you're gonna say, "Well, that sucked," and it's John Cena's fault. No, it's because Khali sucks.
No, they both sucked. But my point is you could have said Batista and they had terrible matches. They couldn't even do a Royal Rumble finish together
Well, I wouldn't
correctly.
say Batista because I don't
So
believe Batista
but
was a
that's my
particularly
but
good,
right, but Batista
Cena rival.
Batista did
Okay,
have good
everything he did
matches.
with Umaga was great.
Yeah,
Everything he did with Umaga was great.
you know
You could
why?
rewatch that. This is it. This is the fucking virgin's way of getting in through an argument. This is
They
insane,
need
Jose.
someone he
For
can
all of these
indeed.
women that you claim to be macking on every
I'll tell
episode,
you one thing.
every time of the week,
Roman
that's
had
crazy.
good matches with Jey Uso, and he sucks. But who is
Yeah.
Cena? Who has Cena
Thank
had
you.
matches
Give
with?
me get you
That
Who
are
give me
Cena had
get,
good matches with? I've been naming
Big
them.
Show.
Besides the people
He can't give
who
me a Big
aren't
Show. He can't
considered quote
John
great
Layfield.
matches.
I'm sorry. You're gonna
Yeah,
sit here and tell you
Fucking
guys are
I'm
gonna tell
giving
me
them
with a
names.
straight fucking face. No, with a straight fucking face that Umaga is considered one of the most talented ring generals of all time. Like
Motherfucker
fuck
could do a
off.
s-
Umaga
motherfucker
was
could
he
do a
just screamed and
splash.
did a bump on
Yeah,
his
that dude was
ass.
able to. Yeah, he
He can
was
do a
able to do some
splash.
mash.
He can do matches. My God, like, he's freaking his because of how great everybody loves
You're sitting
Obama.
here
Look
telling
at his
me with a
kid.
straight face that Umaga is as good as CM Punk. With a straight face, you guys are telling me
I
that.
didn't say that.
Okay.
Nobody. I
I'm
He
saying
mean,
who's
absolutely
considered a
counts.
he's somebody he didn't have to rely on. He didn't have to rely on his opponent. Just name a few other ones. Just say like Big
I'm sitting
Show
here, I'm
or
thinking. Well, no, I mean he had a couple of cool moments with Big Show, but I wouldn't call any of his matches with Big Show good. Like iconic good. Oh, I mean, all of the stuff he did with Booker T. All of that was
wow.
great.
We're gonna say
King
this one
Booker,
again. King
Cyber
Booker,
Sunday.
another great wrestler. Yeah, but
Oh my
continue.
God. That's what I mean. It's literally just
I'm giving you names. I gave you the Big Show. He was a shit wrestler. Can you
Big
make a
Show
match
was
they had?
first of all, Big Show was a great big man. He was a fine wrestler,
Holy
but
shit! This motherfucker green as fuck.
no,
He
I wouldn't sit
crazy.
here and
Big
say Big
Show.
Show is
Or like you
what's
could
it
go.
called?
You could go Carlito. He had a nice little feud where they ain't great matches. You could
Carlito.
He
go
did have a few good
JBL.
matches with Carlito,
You
but
could
I
go
wouldn't go
JBL.
Carlito.
He's not that
JBL
great
is a
of
good
a wrestler.
wrestler.
Love him, brother.
JBL is a good wrestler.
You could go
Their
Orlando
matches were
Jordan.
also good, of course.
You can do Orlando Jordan. I mean,
Even if Orlando Jordan was the best wrestler of all time, he's so forgettable. There's no way to have that be one of the greatest matches
hey,
of John Cena's
listen,
career.
I'm trying to help you out. My point is, we're naming wrestlers that he's fighting that we're obviously carrying the load. That's it. That's it.
That's insanity.
It's not. It's honest.
Yes, it is.
You're naming me wrestlers that can fight a broomstick and be nasty.
Oh my! See, this conversation is done. This is not a good faith conversation.
I'm
Like I
giving you
said,
names. I don't know how
John
I'm helping
Bradshaw
you out.
Layfield, Umaga, neither one of those two guys who I both mentioned as having classic matches with Cena, factually, neither one of those guys could quote unquote wrestle a broomstick. That's just
Ryan,
absolutely fucking unreal. But you want to
Ryan,
go with a guy who's not talented in the ring, who Cena had an okay match with? LA Knight.
oh my
He did
God.
do that. He carried LA Knight to a match, made LA Knight look like a fucking star. There you go. Solo
My
Sikoa.
God.
He had a good match with Solo.
Hey, he had a
Surprisingly.
you know what? He had also a great match with Shinsuke Nakamura too. Infamous match. You know what I mean?
Who? I don't even know who you're talking
John
about.
Cena, Shinsuke Nakamura. You don't remember that
I
match?
quite literally don't even remember that match.
Well, yeah, that's the match that derailed. That's the match that derailed Shinsuke Nakamura's WWE career, the shit show. Because
Okay, well, like I said, I don't even remember that match, but
because that's this move that remember, like he tried to do a reverse suplex, and John Cena landed on his fucking head, and Vince McMahon is pissed off and kicked him out. You know what John Cena's great at? Derailing careers. Look at the
The
Nexus.
Nexus.
Yeah,
all right,
John Cena's
name
so
one guy
great.
from the Nexus who should have been a big star. Go ahead.
David Otunga,
Okay,
Wade
fuck
Barrett.
off. Next.
Wade Barrett.
I'd be Wade Barrett had a million chances. He did fine.
All right,
Bray
Ryback!
Wyatt.
Ryback!
Bray Wyatt.
I would argue Bray Wyatt did do well, even despite losing to John Cena multiple times. He beat John Cena at the end, gave Bray Wyatt the best match of his career. Or most memorable match of his career. I wouldn't say it's the best match.
Bray Wyatt. Another one. Bray Wyatt had a shitty match with him at WrestleMania. The only match
Bray Wyatt had two good matches with John Cena at WrestleMania. One which he won and one which he lost. He had two phenomenal matches
I'll say
with John
one
Cena.
thing, though. We got about
Bray
5
Wyatt's
minutes.
actually a really good shout. He and Cena had great rivalry. That was a great rivalry.
Shit.
The only problem with that was that Bray didn't win it over Cena at that first Mania. That's the only problem with that
That's
rivalry.
what John Cena is good at. Holding down young people's careers. Great job.
You sat here and you said with your whole chest Hulk Hogan, and now you're going to talk about young people's careers. Again,
Hulk Hogan made people. He made that great wrestler. John,
all right, I'm going to log off
Show.
because my ears are...
Wait, no.
wrestler.
Can't do that.
This is bullshit.
Minutes to go. So just you got 5 minutes left.
Okay. Let me ask you
Go to
one
the
question.
end
Bray
right
Wyatt.
now.
This
hold on.
cokehead
Bray Wyatt.
motherfucker didn't
Bray
put a
Wyatt.
single person over. Hulk Hogan did. He literally never helped a single person who wasn't named Terry Boella. That's the only man on the planet that Hulk Hogan helped. And then by accident, Vince McMahon. So Jose, Matt's going to mute you so we can get to the next question because I'm not staking around to hear your rebuttal to that.
This is your last 5 minutes.
Listen, I'm gonna
No
say
holds
this.
barred.
I'm gonna say this real quick. He says Bray Wyatt. One match that was a shit match that
It was a good match.
Partial,
See, that's what I mean.
career.
I'm like I'm speaking Mandarin.
Let me finish.
No, I know
Then
we're supposed to because you have to talk to each other because it's when you're wrong and you're stupid all at the same time. I get to talk over you. That was a good match, and it was an even better match the second time.
The second time wasn't even a fucking match. The second time was one of those fucking little fucking home video bullshit. Yeah, okay. It was great. You want to know why?
Most
John Cena didn't wrestle. That's why it was so great. Yeah, because he didn't fucking wrestle. Come on. The goddamn Bray Wyatt pinned the motherfucker and was over.
That's how all matches end. That's how every match ever ends. Someone gets pinned and then the match is over. What are you talking about?
Listen, John Cena didn't
with
make
his
one
whole.
punch,
He
nothing.
said that like it was the most profound thing he's ever said. He pinned him and it ended. Yes, like every match. Roman Reigns when he beat Daniel Bryan. You know how that match ended? He pinned him and then it was over. The Rock and Steve Austin when they fought each other. Guess what happened? Steve Austin.
Did they wrestle?
Pinned The Rock, and then it was over.
Then they wrestle. See,
that's how a match goes.
This is Ryan. This is how you are when you watch.
You quite literally sat there and said as if you said something profound.
You know what it is?
He pinned him, and then the match ended. That is how every match in the history has ever fucking ended.
Ryan, guess what? If you watch the video, there was no fucking pin. He pinned him with no 1, 2, 3. It was over.
He pinned him and it was over. Yeah, he pinned him and it was over.
I think he's referring to when the match ended and you just see one guy do the count and that was it.
That's it. It's
I think that's what he's referring to. There was an actual pinning.
He said, pinned him and it was over. That's how every match ever fucking ends.
Ryan.
No, we're not continuing.
Video. The problem is you don't like the fact that John Cena had shitty matches and couldn't handle it without another great wrestler. Period. It's not my fault. People like Logan Paul are better wrestlers than John fucking Cena. It sucks. I know. We get over it.
Well, Ryan's computer died. So I think number one, if you're doing a pod, make sure your damn thing is plugged in. But I guess Jose's the last one standing because you didn't get pinned.
Yeah, I didn't get pinned. Ryan got pinned. Right? So
All
when
right,
Ryan watches this show, you better raise my hand and say who the real winner is. Yeah. You know what?
Yo, can you please make a graphic of that, Jose, since you're good
Yeah.
at those?
I'm gonna do one, and I'm gonna make sure
It's
John
fun.
Cena. John Cena might never quit in his career, but Ryan did. So
Perfect way to end. Yeah. All right, everybody, watch John Cena's final match on Peacock, Saturday night, December 13th at 8 p.m. Jose, great work as always.
thanks.
Ryan, good job. Even though you lost. That's his fucking thing. Anyways, we'll see you on Friday with another tweet cap to talk about what was trending over the weekend. All right, see you later.
Yeah.